record it so somebody can, who miss it can join. Okay, thanks, Kay. Julie.
Hi, I'm Julie. I am the ambassador's program coordinator and Kayoko's executive assistant, and I've been an ambassador for about 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and helping out with YGB for about 5 years. And I am in North County, San Diego. I'm a psychotherapist and yoga teacher, and it is so nice to be with all of you here and really great to connect. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Julie. Artie.
Oh, hello. I'm Artie Myers. I'm the founder of an organization called Yoga for Good, which is very got some similar missions to Yoga Gives Back. We have been around for about a decade here in Toronto, and we are a virtual yoga. We don't have a studio, but our mission is to provide yoga for good of life, self, local, and global charity. And Yoga Gives Back is one of our primary global charities that we support.
Yeah, thanks so much, Artie. Arietta.
Yes, hi, I am Arieta. I am from Florida. I'm new, very new to Yoga Gives Back as an ambassador. Although I have been following the work for quite some times. I'm a yoga educator with a background in clinical psychology as well as neuroscience. So I blend both both good, beautiful worlds together. And I created my own program, which helps with balancing the nervous system as well as trauma-informed yoga through breath work and somatic movements, as well as meditation. I love the mission of Yoga Gives Back. I appreciate for everything that you have done so far, and I could not possibly be more enthusiastic and excited to be a part of this mission myself. So, yay!
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, Deborah.
Hi, I'm Deborah Carruthers from Vancouver Island in British Columbia. I have a wellness center that I've had for about 17 years. I'm a yoga teacher as well as a counselor, as we call them in Canada, and very interested in the collaboration between yoga and meditation and people working through issues. I've been involved, I think, 3 or 4 years and very excited to be part of this. I met the recipients 2 years ago on the Sava trip, and that has been one of the most transformative experiences of my life. And I left feeling very committed to all of these wonderful young people to continue fundraising. And then I've been on the board, as you said, for about a year. Wow, time goes by fast. So that's it.
Yeah, thanks so much, Deborah.
Mhm.
Carlotta.
Hello, I'm Carlotta, originally from Italy, but I live in Portugal since 10 years. I'm an architect and also yoga teacher, and I have a project that is called the Wonder Yogi Festival, which goes this year for its fifth edition. So it's a local yoga festival, supported especially from local teachers from Lisbon and Ericeira, where I live. And yeah, I was looking for a long time a project to support. And as soon as I found the Yoga Gives Back, everything made sense. So here I am, hoping to this year to be able to support as my first year. Well, last year I came just in the very end of the month of June, so I'm very happy to be supporting the project this year.
Thank you so much, Carlotta. Summer.
Hi everyone, my name is Summer. I'm the fundraising marketing coordinator. I work with Kayoko and Lily on all things fundraising. I've joined last month. It feels like time is flying by, and I've already met Kay, working hard on the gala. I got my master's in London and wrote my dissertation on mindfulness-based trauma recovery for refugees. And so this work is really important to me as someone whose life has been changed from mindfulness, meditation, and yoga. So I'm so happy and honored to be here and to meet all of you.
Thanks, Summer, for bringing fresh new energy. Great. Hi, Darren.
Hello, I'm Darren. I am currently on the East Coast, and my greatest passion and joy in life is leading kirtan. I do that at yoga studios around the country, and I've led at some festivals as well. I also taught yoga for many years, and I'm grateful to be here with you, all of you, and to contribute.
Yeah, thanks, Darren. Yeah, we met when he was, I think, moving from New York to Santa Barbara, and now he's back in New York. So I have to connect with Jyoti. Okay, Kathleen.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kathleen. I live in Encinitas, California, and I've been with Yoga Gives Back since 2014 when I did the Save a trip with Kayoko, and it was also very life-changing and super special. So I've been an ambassador since then. I used to have a yoga studio in Kansas City, so I go back to Kansas City in the summer to host the gala. So that's my main contribution right now. So thank you, everybody, for your efforts to help the women and children, because I got to meet all the recipients, and they are truly very special and so beyond grateful for our help. And if everybody could see them and meet them, everybody would be involved.
Yes. Yeah, thanks
So
so
thank
much,
you.
Kathleen. Thank you. Yeah, we'll go around next round to share things like that, how Kathleen started this gala in Kansas City and so on. Okay, Jyoti.
I am so pleased to be here. My name is Jyoti, and I'm getting over a cold, so my voice is a little off. I just recently joined Yoga Gives Back after spending 30 years in corporate America and on the side becoming a yoga teacher and spending the last decade with other yoga service nonprofits. I am so excited about the mission here and to meet other yoga teachers of like mind. I have joined the Ambassador Committee. I'm also helping to launch the New York City Mini-gala in June, and I'm also going to go to India to volunteer in December. So I really have jumped in feet first, and I'm just so thrilled to be here. So thrilled.
Thanks, Jyoti. Jenny.
Hi everyone, my name is Jenny. I'm originally from New Zealand, but I'm living here in Berlin. I've been in Germany for about 10 years now, so quite a little while. I joined Yoga Gives Back, I think it was the end of last year, but I feel like time has just been this like crazy whirlwind. So I'm really looking forward this year to getting some fundraising in, to giving some classes, to be able to actually give back. And I really resonated with that mission of giving back to India and giving back to where yoga came from, because it's given me so much in my own personal life, as well as how I share it with students as well. So very happy to be here, very excited.
Thanks so much, Jenny. We still have very small number of representations in Germany, so I really appreciate that. Hi, Eddie. Oh, I think here. Oh,
Okay, can you hear me?
sure.
All right, I'm Addie. I am from Branson, Missouri. I just recently joined Yoga Gives Back because I was one of the inaugural teachers for the Yoga Without Borders program, taking yoga to Dao Al English Medium Girls School in Firozabad, India. I did that in November. It was an incredible experience. Here in the US, I teach yoga mostly at a studio here in town, but I also do sound healing and travel to other places to teach. My big thing coming up is April 25th. I get to be the ambassador for Yoga Gives Back at Flow Fest in Springfield, Missouri. I'll be teaching a class from the main stage and telling the participants of the Flow Fest all about Yoga Gives Back. So very excited.
Yeah, thank you. And organization is agreed to donate like a $2 or $3 per participation, right?
Yes, the organization will be donating $2 per participant at the Flow Fest, and then I also receive compensation for teaching my class, so I will donate that as well.
Oh,
Plus, I have the opportunity to set up a table with information, so hopefully that will garner more donations as well, just free will donations after people learn about Yoga Gives Back.
yeah. Thanks so much, Addie. Um, just to add, because she mentioned about Yoga Without Borders, which this is a new program. We started a pilot program in November. That's when Addie and Deborah from Australia, two of them joined and stayed 1 month at a girls' school in slum near Agra, near Taj Mahal. This came about when we went to India in 2025, and I visited another nonprofit school that I was highly recommended to visit in Jaipur. Also, actually, it's an organization called Edge Girls, which was started by expat Indian people, very established in financial sectors and so on the East Coast. And they built now 8 or 10 schools in slums for girls and give them amazing education. So it's a very similar project to us, but they have their own schools there. And I was very impressed with the school, but the school principal asked me and Deepa, who were there, to send our ambassadors to their schools so that the girls can learn yoga. And I'm like, what? What is this? Because we are learning in yoga from India, and now you're asking us to send Western teachers or Asian teachers back to India. That felt like cultural appropriation to me. But the teacher said, no, because these girls have no chance to learn yoga. And also, they never meet foreigners because they're stuck in their very underserved community. They have no chance to, of course, to go overseas. So this will give them a chance to meet different people from different countries, learn about cultures, and maybe learn some English. So it can become a win-win opportunity. Volunteers, ambassadors can go there and learn about their reality, what kind of situation they live. So I realized, yeah, this is a great opportunity. So we partner with Edge Girls, who are asking us to send teachers, and also Rainbow Kids Yoga, which is an Australian organization. Founder Gopala is an ambassador now, who has been teaching like 40,000 yoga teachers to become a kids yoga teacher. So they have amazing programs. So as a result of this three-party collaboration, we created Yoga Without Borders. And now I think it's the fifth group who are who just finished in India. And our own program, Dina Bandhu School, also wants to join. So there might be more opportunities to go there in the future to new schools by Edge Girls, or our own programs, Dina Bandhu School. And Jyoti and who else is here? Oh, Arietta are both going to India with this program this year. So anyway, that was about Yoga Without Borders. And Sharda, sorry, everybody did their introduction. So would you do a quick introduction?
Yes, hi. I'm so sorry that I'm late.
No
Traffic
worries.
was insane from Lisbon. Um, in any case, hi. Lovely to see you all. And I'm sorry I didn't get to hear your little introductions. I'm Sharda. I live in Cascais, just outside of Lisbon. I'm originally Dutch, but lived in many different countries, and I've been with Yoga Gives Back for quite a long time. Hosted different events in different countries as well. Hosted a lot of events in Koh Samui in Thailand together with Ambassador Anouk Prop. And did also events in schools for children. And what I've grown into now is to use yoga as a tool for activism, compassionate activism, to create a better place, a better world for people, animals, and the planet. as the world is kind of on fire, and we really need more purposeful action. And I think that yoga is a good place to start that from. So that's what my work is here in Portugal. I've also just like 2 weeks ago bought a yoga place, so I'm going to open finally our own yoga studio, which is obviously going to be an official Yoga Gives Back studio. So I'm also very excited about that. And yeah, that's me.
Yeah, thanks so much, Sharda. Um, I'm doing a little project, and I've been going through our 19 years of history. So I was writing about how Sharda carried so many stuff, like to sell at the London Om Yoga Show Festival. And I was like, oh my God, this woman is strong. You were carrying like 3 bags in the rain and taking metros. And also in this my little project, I realized how Yoga Gives Back's community brings miracles when there is kind of devastation in the world. During COVID, actually, we lost all the opportunities to fundraise, that we depend on. And I didn't know what to do. And I talked to so many ambassadors, could you do some online events and so on? And Daphne Tse, who is a musician, and you probably know her, she came up with this idea and she said, okay, let me try and reach out to all my contacts. In 3 weeks, we gathered 80 artists and yoga teachers, including ambassadors like yourselves from 20 countries, from David Lynch to Jack Confield to Belinda Carlisle to all the yoga teachers, Sean Con, Shiva, all the top teachers, all the ambassadors came together, and we had 12 hours of online Zoom gathering, global gathering for India. That name was coined that day in 2021, in the middle of COVID. And we raised $100,000 for the first time in 3 days. And that really showed the power of our community. And like many of you were saying today, right now, the world feels like on fire, and we are pulled into crazy negative, energies if you look at the news. But time like this, we have proven yoga and our community can do something extraordinary. So this year, I want to talk about Global Gathering for India, which really started during the pandemic. I would really like to bring this into like a seasonal May to July, not just June, but the whole 3 months. Whenever you can pick a date, you can do whatever you want and create another miracle of positive energy and love. And because we have been doing this, like thanks to you all, this and that also reflects into the lives of women and children in India. And the most beautiful thing that we found that some of you have seen is these people who receive our funding give pay it forward and give back to their not only just families, but for the communities. So we've seen that this circulation of gratitude, once it's sparked, it's on fire. It will never stop. It's eternal. And so I am really excited to have all of you join this campaign, Global Gathering for India. I was thinking maybe I would just make a little short video about this history, how we turned this devastation of COVID around because we came together. When people say yes, change happens. And I feel very strongly about this potential, like all of you here. You are the good example of the change, how this can take place. So, having said my pitch, I would like some of you to share how you have been able to succeed organizing YGV fundraising events. Maybe, Kay, would you like to start again?
Sure. The two that I have done consistently through the last years is in March for International Women's Day, I hold a ladies' night in at my studio. I own a studio in Traverse City, Michigan. And this year we did a little something different. We did have a restorative class, and then we followed it up with a panel discussion about women's health. So we had several doctors and people in different wellness aspects that came in and talked, and then had snacks afterwards. And that was a great big hit. And then for the global gathering, I have held a fundraiser at a local winery here. A friend of mine, he's lovely. He owns it, and so he lets me use it at no cost. So that is not a problem. And then we have a yoga class and a raffle. I kind of modeled it off the gala, much smaller. But my biggest year, I think I raised about 6,000, and then I think the others came in about three. But it's a good avenue to branch out from just having a class. I tried to expand on that and add other options. We have food and they can have a mimosa or non-alcoholic drinks. That Curious Elixirs was great to sponsor some things for me last year. So those are the two that I consistently do. Oh, and at Christmas time, I put a giving tree, like an angel tree. I got the idea from my church that I used to attend, and they could pick an ornament and give back that way. So that was a great other way that I raised some funds. But
Yeah, great, Kay. That has been amazing. Help. Like $3,000 can give 15 young girls higher education. It costs only $250 for a year for a girl to go to high school or college. So please remember that. And if you need all the statistics or videos or anything, please ask Julie. Sorry, Julie, putting you on the spot, but we'll provide media kit. Lily here is preparing all the media kit right now, and
great.
Summer is helping also. So please, we have a team to help you. And also, before I forget, we have like company like Lifeform who usually will be willing to send yoga mats for your auction or raffle. So if you need things like that, please let me know too. Also, Jala Clothing also gives you like $100 gift certificate for your event. Curious Elixir, if you are in the United States, they typically send really generous portion of non-alcoholic drinks. And the manager just reached out to us and said, we are asking a lot, different places asking, but they will do their best. So if you're interested in things like that, please let me know. But that's only in the US. How about Arietta? You just did a very successful International Women's Day, maybe in 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, I just, yeah, it was an amazing turnaround for sure. But if I could just leave with very short, briefly, I didn't really, I didn't even ask or quote it as a fundraiser or let's raise money, but rather I created a space where and a story where people can see themselves in it, because I think that people give for a few reasons. Some, where they see themselves in the story, or trusting the person who's holding the space. And obviously I've created a relationship with with my community, not only with students but abroad, because within that donation were also a few here and there businesses, small startup businesses, which is amazing because they wanted to be a part of it. Not enough to reach the tier, but eventually I'm working with them as well, so we can do the sponsorship from vendors as well. And I think that what I think that it's how I share also my teaching. I teach throughout, every day. I teach as yoga is not in this hour in this square, but your yoga is measured after you leave, how you show up for yourself and others. And seva is a big part of my teaching, and being of service was already in their practice, so it wasn't really an extra to ask them, to come and drop a few dollars that they can, but they knew that that made a big difference. But they also knew that that meant a lot to me, so they came to support me. And I think that I shared the story that people could actually feel. And because whether it's in India or anywhere in our lives, we all experience struggles, uncertainty, moments where, really we need support from one another. And that's what we are building the community. So I think that they saw not my story, your story, but rather that as a collective story. And it just felt organic to give. And so that's, and I'm thinking of the global gallery for India. in June because I won't be in US, so I'm gonna be outside. So I'm thinking some things were firing up here to what to do abroad as well, so I can
Yeah.
continue to support.
Great. Thanks so much, Arietta. And please, everyone, don't forget to register your event so we can put that on a calendar and some people can find it on a calendar too, wherever you are. Deborah, I know you have to leave earlier, so could you share your experience? You've been doing a lot of events for us.
Oh, yes, thank you. So we try to have a couple of 108 Sun Salute fundraisers a year. That was what my teachers in training do for their service. One of my staff has Cure 10 once a month, so every 4 or 5 times that money gets donated to Yoga Gives Back. We have been having in June a open house weekend, and that's been our biggest fundraiser. And last year we tried some different things. We sold books by donation that came in, but also we did a clothing. We asked folks to bring in clothing, and it was surprising how well that did, as well as people making donations over the weekend in exchange for classes. So that's coming up for us in June as well, which will get registered. Yeah.
When you say clothing, it's a recycled clothing, right? Used clothing.
Yeah. Yeah. So most of the teachers donated clothes that they don't want anymore. And we were just flabbergasted at how people like to buy, used clothes.
That's great.
We call it thrifting. So
Yeah,
yeah, we'll do that again, likely.
that's a great idea.
Yeah. And books too.
Yes, that's a great idea. Recycling the treasures from the closet. That's great.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you. How about Kathleen?
Okay, so we're going to have our third annual Kansas City Gala May 31st. And what's worked for us, which I feel like any of you could do, is a 3-hour event. We've done morning, we've done night. This year we're going back to the morning because a lot of our teachers have seniors, and I guess that's why some of them didn't come last year, which is too bad. But we've held it at yoga studios. I recommend that because it's free. Last year we rented a big venue of a place I used to have my studio at, and that was really fun, but that was at night. So we're going back to the day. I recommend if you have someone in if like a small committee, it could just be a couple of people, 3 people, but if you can do it at somebody's studio and have that person teach the class. So how we do our 3 hours, Kayoko comes and does like a 20-minute presentation, but can they do your presentation? Would that be allowed? Like if you can't come can any of these ambassadors like give a short presentation?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I
and it could be just your own experience. It doesn't have to be a full slideshow, but I feel like if whoever hosts it could do a small talk, it could be brief. Then whoever is the lead teacher, the most popular teacher, I'm going to be honest with you, at that studio teaches the class, and that's like an hour, and then a sound bath, preferably somebody who everybody knows very well, because then that person could bring people in case they're from a different studio. And then we do a silent auction. And we started though, excuse me, with the 30-minute silent auction, then Kayoko, then the class, then revisit the auction, last final bids, and then we always do food. I'm vegan this year, the hosts are vegan. So everything we do is vegan and alcohol free. We're grateful to Curious Elixir. And that's just how we've been. And the first year we raised 6,000. Last year we raised 12,000 because I have a generous friend who gave a little foundation check, so that kicked us over. And so hopefully we can make that much and even more. And we have about 60 people. Last year we had 60. This year we have to cap it at 60 because that's all the studio can fill. But the studio this year, like we have the main Shala room, and then she, thank goodness, has a side room that can be for the food. She actually got a vegan restaurant. I think they're donating. I'm not for sure. But the side room, which is such a bonus, is going to be the auction and the food. So it's really simple. It's super fun. People loved it. Both, we've had 60 people both years. So I just think if you want to do like, you say gala, but it's a day event, or it can be night. I mean, it's not like people are dressing up. Sometimes that word throws people off. They think they're dressing up. So, but I feel like that 3-hour event with that lineup really works great, at least for us.
Hmm,
Yeah, great.
cool
Also,
idea.
yeah, Jyoti, do you want to ask a question?
Yeah, I was curious about pricing. Do you price the event and people outlay, or do you have people come and just donate, or do you do a hybrid?
Yeah, thank you. I meant to tell everybody we charge 50. The first year they did a sliding scale, and I thought it was a little too sliding. I just get frustrated because I feel like it's 3 hours, it's $50, like so last year we just because we had a paid venue, we did charge 50 and it worked. So I asked the owners for this year, Star and Marty, what they thought their students would pay. And I recommend picking a studio that has a lot of people because that's really where the main people come from. Some people don't travel. I learned this all last year. They don't travel to a certain part of Kansas City. Seniors don't come at night. So I picked a very popular studio that their students love the teachers. They love the owners. And I asked them and they said 50. Let's do 50. So we're doing 50 because it is 3 hours. I feel like most workshops, I haven't been to one in a long time, for 2 hour workshops, by 60 by now, I'm assuming. So I just feel like $50 for a 3 hour event and free food and drink and getting a class and a sound bath. I feel like it's great. And then our donations, all those things that Kaiko said are really important, like tap into the Curious Elixir if still possible, the life format, the Jala clothing. Um, I know a guy in Kansas City who has a neat little retreat in the woods. Like if you know anybody with an Airbnb or any kind of second home that you could put in your auction. I don't know if Thailand is going to be an option for the retreat again. That sold last year. And then just anybody locally who's an esthetician, a massage therapist, a nail salon, like just all that stuff that women like that's pretty much centralized, and restaurants to that area where you're going to be holding your event because most of your people are probably going to come. Some will travel and don't care if you're, but I noticed that the teachers who donated and the studios who donated who did not bring students to our event last year, their auction items didn't even get one bid. So I learned that like it's not really important to just get everybody you can, like focus, like for us now it's going to be Northland, Kansas City mainly. I think that works better because you want stuff that people are going to bid on. And just sometimes Kayoko, you have stuff the girls made,
Yeah,
like bringing that kind of stuff, she might be able to help you.
yeah,
And so the auction really made a lot, I'd say
yeah,
maybe, I don't know, I'd have to go back three or four, probably 4,000 tickets
yeah,
were around 3,000, 4,000, and then we got a generous check from a
yeah.
foundation.
Yeah, over the years, thanks so much, Kathleen, for the details. Really helpful. Yeah,
You're welcome.
I have learned that raffle is good, but raffle doesn't raise much money. It raises like fun and excitement. But when you do silent auction, it raises much more. So it has a little bit more preparation effort, but it's worth it.
Oh, I have one more thought. Sorry, I have so
Go
many
ahead.
thoughts, but whoever's maybe hosting or on that committee, if you could get them to donate a private, like if you're a sound healer,
Yeah.
you do your sound healer, a private yoga, a private sound bath, all those kind of things. So of course, 10 class package from any studio and local studios and um, things like that. Restaurants, restaurants
Yeah.
like True Foods. That's one I'm going to hit up there. Anyway, it's infinite, but if you really brainstorm and tap into all your local people, you'll have a huge silent auction before you know it.
And all you need is like about 10 or 15 items at the most. You don't
Yeah,
have
even
to
I
have
think
so
we were
many.
maybe we only had I felt like we had more, but maybe
Yeah,
20-ish even possibly. But
maybe.
but
Yeah.
you're right. It doesn't have to be huge, but you can
Huge. Yeah,
definitely,
exactly.
and then the money just you just that's such a fun, easy way to raise money, I felt like.
Yeah. And for your information, like for Kay's event, I did it once. If you want me to join your event, if I'm available, I'm more than happy to do online presentation about our 19-year journey and impact. So people can really, um, see where the money goes and what kind of impact you're bringing to this people's lives. Yeah, Sharda, would you like to share your plan, actually?
Yes, so I I have plans. I have many plans. So for instance, I hosted a workshop at my house on compassionate activism, something I'm working a lot with and on at the moment, and I can weave social awareness and yoga gives back very well into that as well. Um, I've also hosted screenings, and I actually want to make that bigger. I recently learned that in Cascais, where I live, you can rent actually a whole cinema for a very, very reasonable price. It's during daytimes when they're not showing many movies. Um, I think it's like the entire cinema for like 200 euros,
Oh,
which is,
wow.
yeah, that's a really, really good price. Um, and I want to host a screening that I recently um, did at my house. It's Eating Our Way to Extinction. It shows the impact that basically animal agriculture has on the future of our planet and the future of our world, and how important it is that we all act from that. So I really want to bring this to a broader audience, and in that sense combine it then. So tickets will be all going then towards Yoga Gives Back. That will require I mean, it's not a loss for me if the cinema is only for a quarter filled, but obviously I want it to be filled fully. Carlotta, we haven't really met yet, but perhaps we could organize something together as well, and also with Gretz, because we all have our communities that we can bring into such a thing, which would be pretty amazing because and it's something what I strongly feel is very important, and it would be a fantastic way of fundraising.
Yeah, thanks for that idea. Sharda, if something like that happens, you can always put YGB video at the end, just as an idea.
Yes,
Yes, because that will
absolutely.
bring it home to some people. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
great. Um,
And as
yeah.
for the gala, which we also discussed last year,
Mm.
the gala which we didn't do then, I think that would be really well once my studio is open, because then we also don't have to worry about the location anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
And it will be a bit easier to do it in there then. But
that's amazing.
definitely, and that will be really nice. Everyone really nicely dressed up, no shoes, but nice dresses.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
great. Yeah,
yes.
Shada came to our gala one year and came to India twice on a Saver trip. So she really knows our program. And I'm so excited that somehow in Lisbon area in Portugal, Carlota, Shada, and Gret all are in the area and connecting. We tried to do some idea of a retreat, but it was too much, money up front and so on, so it didn't work out. But I'm just grateful this community locally is gathering and growing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Anybody?
sorry. I thought of one more thing.
Sure.
I recommend putting your event on Eventbrite,
Oh, yeah, that's
just
right.
in case you might get other people who you don't know.
Yeah. For the ticket sales, right?
Yeah, yes.
Why do you think Eventbrite is
I
good?
think just like I met this girl yesterday who had a book launch party and put it on Eventbrite, and she said 70% of the people there she didn't even know. I was like, oh my God, that's so smart because I've had book launch parties and never put it on Eventbrite. But we always do our galas, but I was like, I think everybody should just use Eventbrite for everything because people are just looking for fun things to do
Hmm.
locally. Maybe they want free. I don't know. Hers was free. But I was like, I just feel like I think Eventbrite, people look at it
Hmm.
just for like an activity calendar, you know?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Um, Hi, Charlotte. Would you like to just share a little 1 minute introduction and what you've been doing?
Hi, sorry I joined late. I missed the time slot, so my apologies. Um, I'm Charlotte. I am on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. Sally Miller and I, who Sally is not here today, we recently did a fundraiser for International Women's Day. It was well attended for more than we had expected. And it was a lovely event. We raised over $600 Canadian, and it was a by donation event. We had raised money prior to as well by just gathering donations from students at other classes that didn't attend the event. And yeah, so that's what we've been up to. And I'm trying to come up with some thoughts for the upcoming June fundraiser.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Charlotte is Deborah Carruthers community. So I'm so grateful Deborah is bringing new ambassadors to Yoga Gives Back. Yeah, so we've had some great ideas and experiences, tips. Do you have any questions, feedback?
I do. Go
I
ahead.
noticed that this is being recorded, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm just going to use the link to go back to the half hour that I missed because I feel like I came in just during some great ideas, so I just want to study up on those.
Yeah, and we'll share this with some other people who couldn't join also.
Perfect.
And also, if somebody who is not showing the camera on, but if you want to say something on the audio, please say hi. Okay, go ahead, Arietta.
Oh, yes. I just wanted, I'll reach out to you as well. But just wanted to, since I am going to be in Europe and I won't have access to the potential sponsors, or like, for example, I like the idea of donating a life form or putting it for an auction. Would I be able to have access so I can bring it with me, the things there, so I can auction? So I'm thinking I have some ideas in Europe where I will be in June and mid-June, so to do an event there with um, locals.
Yes, let's discuss. Julie and maybe Arietta can discuss, but logistically, we can bring in life forms. They can send it to your place in Europe too. So yeah, but usually they're very happy. The life form has been our best sponsor, longest, and yeah, they will send yoga mat to events. Yes.
Okay.
Let's coordinate that. And that's so popular and that's so expensive if you try to buy one. So people
Right.
love to,
Yeah,
auction off.
and for sure. And there it's actually the access to, I'm going to be in Kosovo. The access to good mats, it's a bit limited.
Yeah,
Most of them are coming from either I bring them or someone who is traveling around. So they have a bit of a hard time even delivering. And if it is, it's very expensive, the delivery. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, there are some countries they can't send. So maybe it's better if it's Kosovo. I will check, we can check with Lifeform, but maybe we'll send it to you. They send it to you in Florida in advance. But we need a little bit of advance notice. So Julie and
yeah,
Arietta maybe can communicate on that.
sure. And I have one more question. Would it be possible, and do we have a video available that perhaps we can, because the venue that I am thinking there, they have like this live screen,
Yes,
like whatever they do, shows and movies and things like that as well
yes.
there. So I thought would be amazing to start with a presentation perhaps from you, and then showing what the Yoga Gives Back does. And since Kosovo doesn't really have, except me, does not have a representation, maybe we can get more yogis to local yogis to join, because they can do some, maybe not as much as in US and Canada and other parts of the world, but donation is donation. I think
Yes,
that
exactly. And it goes a long way in India, as you know.
for
Yes.
sure. And
And
It's
Kosovo
also
definitely is totally a new territory for us. So the more people, the better always. Yeah, it's all possible. We have, I don't know if you guys know it, but I have been producing YGV films since day one. So we have dozens and dozens of videos. I also have a little video of me talking about YGB. I don't know if that's interesting, but so I can do either live or video, or I can send you short videos about fund recipient stories, So yeah,
okay.
okay. We can talk
Yeah,
about that,
that's
definitely.
that's awesome. I'm excited now.
Yes, please. That's great.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
I have a question, and sorry, I keep having to put it on safe driving mode to talk. I can't figure out how to turn my microphone on. But anyway, Kayoko, can you talk a little bit about setting up a chapter in an area? I know Kansas City has a chapter, and there's two of us down here in Southwest Missouri right now. But I'm hoping with the outreach at the Flow Fest, maybe there will be interest in other ambassadors. So, what is
Yeah.
involved with that, and how many people would you need to have?
Yeah, thanks for asking that question. We don't actually really officially have chapters. It's just like some areas we have, leaders who can take on some like mini gala. That's how it started in Kansas City. And now like Kay's place, Kay's the leader, so she's creating like a mini gala type of events. And now in New York City, Karina, Jyoti, and Paula are creating first time like mini New York City gala. So like Addie, of course, in Kansas City, in the northern part of Kansas City, they are doing their event. But if you can gather a few more ambassadors, first you reach out to Julie, and then Julie can send application form so they can join YGB ambassador, knowing what we expect them to do. And if you like, you can start your Southern Kansas City gala, you know? Like when you call it gala, it feels a little bit more special. It's not just yoga class. So that's why we are asking them. Also, the focus is and the goal is to engage more people and raise more money to send back to India. And once you gather people as volunteers, they get more involved. And I'm very happy to share the video presentation with the team, so that they get more interested and understand what their work is doing, right? So yeah. And that gives you adding more power too, instead of doing by yourself. When you have a few more people joining you as a team, yeah, you can do much more.
What I'm hoping is through the Flow Fest
Yeah,
that may engage some other people.
exactly.
So this, of course, is the first time, but I've already gotten some new ideas that if this wasn't eminent, that I would like to do. But then there's always next year. So hopefully the organizer of the Flow, this all goes well. The organizer wants to continue to participate and give back with Yoga Gives Back.
Yeah,
And then it can grow from there. So that's kind of what's in my mind,
yeah,
but you never know. The universe may have other ideas. So
yeah,
we'll just see
exactly.
what happens.
Yeah, I love that you're taking on something new. And like this organizer person who is, if she's you, he's very interested, I'm happy to share the v- video presentation. We can just meet for 20 minutes so they understand what we do. So that's
I
possible.
Yeah, I think she does. Because the whole thing came up organically at a group, like a networking group for heart-led practitioners.
Yeah,
And I was just talking about my trip to India because it was just an intro. What do y'all do? What have you been doing? And so I'm like, oh yeah, I was in India last month and started just talking all about it. I mean, and like even for me, it's emotional to talk about it. And so after the meeting, she caught me. She said, I've got an idea. I
yeah,
have this, Flow Fest where I'm getting ready to organize it. And I've wanted to look for an organization to give part of the proceeds to like build that idea into it.
yeah.
So she actually came to me. And so the whole
Wonderful.
thing has just blossomed. So I'm expecting that to happen April 25th, and then there will be more interest. So I don't know, somewhere I had read something about a chapter. So now I understand that. And I don't know, hopefully we can grow it more in Southwest Missouri.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. I love that all these new ideas and everyone's enthusiasm. Like it's really true that this is the 19th year and I had no idea this work was going to be like this. But you guys are the superpower. You are taking a mission to your community and to the world and back to India. So thank you so much. Yep. And like Sharda is one good example, but I have never met most of you in person, but when I meet, there is always immediate connections. That's another huge bonus gift for me of doing this work. I have created this unbelievable global community of family of really wonderful, the best people in the world, brothers and sisters, including people you've never met, but you will meet someday, the people in India. They are not fund recipients, they become your family and they know you're there. And this connection is just really a gift. So thank you. Okay, so our busy season is coming up, and we might, what do you think, Kay, maybe, and Julie, maybe we would do it again in different time zones so other people may be able to join if this kind of meeting. Yeah, one last question, if you could just share, is this kind of meeting helpful, and what shall we do? Like, shall we do this like every other month or something like that? What do you think? Any feedback?
Maybe after June and people could compare notes or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
See
It's
what we're
definitely helpful for me to hear the fundraising, the ideas that other people have.
Great.
And I agree with Darren. It's really cool because sometimes, a fresh perspective, and also the most important is like hearing each other and becoming, because we see each other's pictures and talk about each other's stories, but really connecting, because I this is a big part of my work as well, that I try to bring the yogis together. If yogis, I call it yogis, but all the healers together, because I find that there's a bit of a disconnect there. I don't think that we have the support as healers in the community as much as we give. I don't
Yeah.
think it's not reciprocated for us energetically, and I think this just not only that we bounce ideas, but it also makes it real that we're all real and and in this together. So
Yeah.
I wanted to add one more kind of perspective is that everyone here has so many gifts to share, that so many people in our community and beyond that can benefit from. So, while we're doing the fundraising, which is amazing for, our mission, and that is the goal, it's also by doing these fundraisers, you're also spreading your teachings and your offerings and your talents and gifts and, so many things that benefit our community in a broader way. So we're kind of, it's double-sided how these projects work. So yeah, I really invite you to participate and share your gifts and, bring the benefits of everything that you have to offer to the community all over the world.
Yeah.
I have
Very
one
good
more thing
point.
to add. I think that would be great. The reason is that all of us have so many things going on in our lives that are busy with and pulled in many directions, and sometimes it anchors us into the cause, right? Because it's easy to say, "Oh, maybe not this time," So, but when you are here in the commitment, it makes it more like, oh, I cannot disappoint because I am here. Not that we are, because I think that just are energetically, most of us in this call, we already give a lot. But I think that it anchors us to our cause by being here and hearing each other's stories. And sometimes it gives us a bit of a lift. So I think that a call is a good good idea.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody? Great. Yeah, it was so good to see you, everyone. I need to connect Jyoti and Darren by email because Darren is New York, Jyoti is New York. I'm planning a new event, so maybe Darren can join. We'll see.
The more the merrier. Darren, nice to
Exactly.
meet you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well, Jyoti. I'll look forward to that email and we can connect and have a
Yeah,
chat.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I want to say, Addie, I would love you to come to our KC Gala. I sent you a message and a link on Instagram and in the chat here. If
Yeah,
you wanted to come with Emery and just see what we do,
yeah,
see if that would
that's
be
true.
helpful.
That's true. Yeah, it's amazing that Kansas City Mini-gala is now third year. Third,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Um, I would tell you, I would love to come to the gala, but I'm going to be traveling internationally, all of May and into June. So I'll try to do that next year because I would
Sure.
love to come and love to spend time with Emery driving that 3.5 or 4 hours to Kansas City. That would be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
amazing.
That's true.
Yeah, well, thanks
Yeah,
for all you're doing to
yeah,
help
thanks.
YGB.
Yeah. Ari, would you like to say a few words?
No,
No,
actually,
I was just
yeah.
answering her.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead, Ati.
I'm good. I was just going to commend Kayoko. I was going to commend you on everything you're doing, and I think having these gatherings is really positive for everybody to feel like we're all on doing the same thing. We come from like minds, from like thinking. We're working it through yoga, and I think it's uplifting and it inspires us and energizes us, importantly, to move forward. So I think it's great. So thank you, Kayoko.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. So, yeah, is it good, everyone? Okay, okay. Great. Okay, so yeah, we'll send you emails. Kay and Julie are working on, and Jyoti on Ambassadors Program Committee, so they'll be in touch more regularly. And just stay tuned. And we have Media Kits. Lily has put the link on the chat. No, she listed a registration link, but we have now, if you go to our website, there is a page for Global Gathering for India. And there is a media kit, there is a sponsorship deck. You can show it to your sponsors. So, and if you need anything, just reach us. You know where we are. So thank you so much for everyone. Really, really appreciate it. All your just being here in our family. Have a good evening and morning. Namaste. Thank you.